It's time for iTVLK lessons in collaboration with the Department of Education Central Province.
Hello children, I'm Lalindi Damunupola from St. Anthony's Girls Convent, Kandy, and I'm representing the Department of Education Central Province. Today we are going to discuss about the poem The Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Alfred Lord Tennyson is a Victorian poet and he was born at Lancashire in England. He was a Victorian poet during the Queen Victoria region. And normally, the Victorian poets had to write poems regarding the social issues that the commoner faced due to the industrialization. Um, Alfred Lord Tennyson was the poetic laureate at that time, and he was a world renowned poet during the Victorian period. And he was granted with lordship by Queen Victoria, and he was the first British person to get that title, Lord title. And most of his poems, children, was influenced by his birthplace and he was fascinated by the sea and the sandy beaches. He was inspired to write the poem Eagle when oftenly he visited a bordering place between Spain and France. He loved, uh, when he visited that place, he loved to see the Couturiers valleys. It was between Spain and France, the Couturiers valleys, and where the Pyrenees mountains were. And he saw a lot of eagles. They were perched on these Pyrenees mountains. So um, this was the this was the first sight that he saw, and then he thought of writing the poem Eagle. So in the Eagle poem, um, instead of taking the Pyrenees mountains, he took the image of a crag, right? Because we don't have mountains in the eagle. So he has what you call the crag. And instead of the Couturiers Valley, he saw the Couturiers Valley. And because he did not want to take the Couturiers Valley because he was fascinated by the sea, he took the image of the sea. So, children, that is the background of the poem Eagle. And so now I think it is time for us to discuss about the title of the poem. So, children, I have prepared a mind map and we can just go through the mind map. I have the presentation and where it tells the characteristics of an eagle. So, children, before we start the lesson, I want you to think. Now, just imagine about an eagle. Think of the eagle's characteristics. You need now, this is the time for you to open your imaginations. Open your imaginations and see, think of an eagle. So, children, I have drawn a mind map. In that mind map, I have some traits of an eagle. So I do not know whether you will agree with me, but children, because I cannot help you, I cannot talk to you at this moment, but children, I will just go through my presentation, and if you have something, you can take a pen and write down other things which I cannot see, right? So now I have taken the title as eagle, right? Now when we think as the eagle, now what comes to your mind? Now we think of an eagle, it's a powerful bird. Children, that is why in these regiments, in the army, air force, in these forces and all, in their emblems, in their flags, they have taken the eagle. The symbol shows that there is power. So when we take the eagle, children, all of a sudden we feel that he is the king of birds, right? And here they say authority. If he's a king, children, there should be authority. And it's a powerful bird, children. It's a powerful bird. and we say it's a dominant bird. When it is a dominant bird, it's a dangerous bird too. But children, I have not mentioned here, when it says a dangerous bird, it is a carnivorous bird. Eats flesh, carnivorous bird. So the next thing is agile power. So I have mentioned what is agile power here, children. Agile power means can fly high, can fly high, right? Next one, the next trait is swiftness. Swiftness means rapid, right? And the other one is vigilant. Vigilant, what is the meaning of vigilant, children? Vigilant means keenly watchful. That means he's very alert of any given condition. That means he is ready to respond at that time. If he wants to fly quickly or if he see a prey, at that time he responds very quickly. That's why children we call vigilant. So I want you to learn all these words, children, because when you're writing an appreciation or if you're commenting something, you need to have this vocabulary. So you need to have these words put there. So because of that, I am giving you this mind map thing because the mind map is very essential for a child. Then all the things are gathered here. Then you will not misput anything, right? Now we'll move to the other one. It says sharp beak claws. Sharp beak claws. Why do the why? I mean, he has sharp beak claws. So it's it's the prominent thing that we can see when we see an eagle. We always think of his beak. And what about his claws? Look at his claws, children. Look at the picture. I have given you the picture. Look at the picture now. Look at his claws. Look at his beak, children. Why it is given to him? Why God has created that for him? For him to tear the prey. Ragana kanda, right? Otherwise, we should have got it now. No, he had got it because he wants to tear the prey and eat. That's why he's a dominant, dangerous, powerful bird. And Pute, the next one is unreachable, inaccessible. That means you cannot touch him. It's a very rare bird, Pute. You cannot see like we see magpies and other birds. They are very, we can see them, but you can't see the eagle, right? And it inaccessible means you cannot because it lives in solitary and it lives in higher elevations. That's why you can't reach that bird. And children, the next one is it's a solitary bird. What means solitary? It likes to live all alone because it's a powerful bird, children. It is not like parrots. Parrot lives in groups, but the eagle lives alone. That's why Pute in companies, in this prestige, in all the companies, they say a boss, the leader of that company should be like an eagle, not like a parrot, chatting with your friends, being in groups, being in flocks together. අපි කියන්නේ රංචු වශයෙන් ඉන්න no no. The eagle does not behave like that. Pute eagle lives all alone. And that next one, he's a predator. That's why Pute predator කියලා කියන්නේ අනු මරන් කන. So that's why it's a carnivorous bird. Okay, so I think you have a clear idea about the what do you call this mind map, right? We'll move to the other what do you call the slide. Pute here, this is about the poem. Look at the poem now. You have this poem now. You have got this poem for the first term in grade 10. So I think now you know this poem very well. Shall we read the poem? The Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson. He claps the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands. Ring with the azure world he stands. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. He watches from his mountain walls, and like a thunderbolt he falls. Now look at the picture, Pute. There are some pictures here. Now, if you don't know what is a crab, there is a crag here. Look at the crag, Pute. Huh? How it's perched on a crag. It's there. And look at its claws. The crooked we should use crooked claws. But instead of that, they have used crooked hands. like an old person. And look at the beak, Pute. That's why I told you the beak is very sharp. Claws are very sharp. Okay, we'll move to the other slide. So these are the poetic techniques, Pute. We will talk about it later. I want to talk about this one, Puta. Now, since I'm not going to talk about the poem like we spoke in grade 10, because you all know already, you know about the poem, we need to see this in so many perspectives. Because, Pute, for your exam, for the second paper, you get questions, they ask you, they give you a theme, and according to the theme, Puta, according to the theme, you have to write mm, the question, for especially for the second paper, right? So we call them perspectives, in other words, themes. So I have divided this poem into four themes, right? If you can answer, children, if you can answer according to these four themes, or this, we can see this in many perspectives, you can somehow, you will be able to answer any question if you can answer these four, right? Look at the four themes. Number one is about an eagle. It comes with the glorification of nature. We see eagle as the eagle. Most of, I mean, the first perspective or the theme, Pute, comes like we see the eagle in the sense we talk about the surface meaning of the poem. Can you understand? Okay, we'll talk about the second one. Look at the second one. Old age and death of a person. Now you will wonder, what on earth, madam? What? How can you talk about old age and death? Yes, Putte. When we talk in depth, when we talk about the deeper meaning of this poem, we can see an old person there and we can see death. That is why I told you that I am going to help you to talk about this. I am not just going to talk about the poem and the techniques. It's pointless, Pute, because we don't have time. I have to rush with the lesson. Huh? So I will just talk about the themes, right? And look at the last one. I like the last one, Pute, because you can write so many things. Look at the last one, the last theme. Symbol for power in authoritative men in the society. I like that so much. You can write a lot. You can write pages and pages. They have given you examples, Pute, like what? Kings, rulers, politicians, people in the society, etc. Means can be so many people like murderers. There are so many people. Or when you say powerful people, there are good people as well as evil people, children. Right? I like that because you can write a lot about that. Right? And it look at that theme, Pute. It belongs to the society. Nowadays we have a lot of authority people, powerful people. When you watch the news, you can see, right? Right? So there are so many things that we can write about these type of people. So I like this. So in case you get this theme, Pute, take it. Don't worry. You can write a lot about these things, right? About that theme. So children, so what I thought was I will now just talk one by one. So I take the eagle and glorification of nature as one. Because when we talk about glorification of nature, Putte, it talks about the power of beauty of nature and the majesty of nature. Now look at the poem Eagle, Putte. It comes under nature. So Putte, then why can't we write about nature? If it is about nature, we can write about nature. Nothing to worry. Don't worry. Right? So Putta, now we will, yeah, we will just go to this poem. Now I have taken with, now it's easy for you because children, if you say, Madam, we want to know the techniques, here the techniques are given, Putta. Now it's easy for you now because I don't have the time to give you the techniques as well as the, what do you call, if I have the time, I will talk about the techniques, Putta. But I am focusing on themes only now today, Putte, because I had to talk about four themes, right? Now look at the first one, Putta. What is the first one? I told you talking about the eagle and about nature. Mm. Now we'll see. Look at the first one. Now, when we come to the poem, how many stanzas are there? We have two stanzas. And I saw in our book, in our textbook, we have the eagle is a fragment. Fragment is in short, Pute. It says in short. Look at our syllabus, Putta. Huh? When we come, we have four genres like poem, poetry, we have prose, we have drama, and we have the novel, right? So when we take the genre poems, when we take poetry, this is the shortest poem in our syllabus, Putte. That's why it's the fragment, shortest poem. And look at, we have only two stanzas. Though we have two stanzas, Putte, my goodness, you can talk a lot. And it's in each stanza there are three sentences where we call it a tercet. When we have three sentences, we call it a tercet. So in each stanza there is a tercet. So we have two tercets, and so it is the shortest poem, right? Now we are going to talk about the eagle as glorification of nature. Look at the eagle, how it lives. He claps the crag with crooked hands. Now, what is clapspute? The way it's the way it's holding the crag. What is a crag puta? A crag is a rocky type of a stone, rock type of a stone. You have seen, right? When you go to the beach, you have seen rocks like stones. අපි එකට සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නිකන් ගල් පර්වත වගේ කැඩිලා කැඩිලා ගිය ඒවා. Like it's like that. It's not a beautiful place. It's a very ugly place, and I mean it's a very harsh place where we feel uncomfortable to stand on. But it's perched there, claps the crowd with crooked hands. His hands are crooked, children, right? Why is he crooked? It's made like that to catch its prey. I'm talking about the glorification, right? And the eagle, glorification, glory of nature. That's how God has created nature. Close to the sun in lonely lands. What about the sun here, Putte? The sun is a powerful object in the whole universe, and it is close to the sun. Normally, nobody goes close to the sun, Putte here, but this eagle has gone close to the sun. What does it mean? There is a meaning, Putte, there. That means because it's so powerful, it can be with another powerful object. Actually, they don't go in closer, but the thing is they can live closely together. It shows he is also powerful, sun is also powerful in lonely lands. But in lonely lands, see how powerful two powerful objects are in lonely lands. So the power, you can see the power in a powerful way because he's lonely. This is nature, Putte. And ring with the sure world he stands, ring with the sure world. When he stands, he sees the sky. It's like a ring on his head, like wearing a crown. Ring means like in a round shape. With the sure word, he stands. They don't say he perch, he stands. Right? It shows how powerful is the bird. It is something, a glory of nature, Pute, power of nature. That's why he stands like that. Okay, so that is the what you call first stanza. We'll move to the second one. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. He was close by the sea, and he was very fascinated with the sea and the beaches, right? So now, see, can you see? So the wrinkled sea. Instead of the valley, he took the sea, no children. Instead of the Kutris Valley, he took the sea because he liked the sea. Now, can you see? Why is he see the wrinkled sea beneath him crawls? The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. Wrinkled sea කියන දරුවෝ රළ පෙළ like crawling like a baby, moving very slow in a slow motion. Why children it sees the as wrinkles හැම රැලි වැටිච්ච මෙහෙම යනවා කියලා why can he see like that? Because he is in an high elevation. කොච්චර the distance is shown there, Pute. The distance where he is, he's looking from high above and looking at the sea. Now look at the sea, Pute. It's also a mighty thing. Sea is a mighty thing. It's a big thing. For a big, a big, mighty thing, he sees as a less thing. That means he's so powerful. He's telling, it's like this, Pute. I'm so powerful than you. Huh? You're the sea, I'm powerful. And beneath him cross. I see you as a, just as a uh, helpless thing crawling like a baby. He watches from his mountain walls. That means from the cracks all over. Around him, he has the cracks. Other cracks are there. And like a thunderbolt, he falls. Here, Pute, we can take two. Maybe he falls like a thunderbolt means, Pute, maybe he's coming to get his crack, getting his prey, Pute. Like I told you, the agile power. Hmm? Agile power, the swiftness of the bird, it shows there. The swiftness of the bird, the agile power comes quickly, take it and goes back to that his place. That means so quick. It's like a thunderbolt he comes. Nobody knows from where he comes on. Nobody knows. He comes down, grab the prey, runs, goes back there. That's the end. And we can take it in another one. False means something negative. Fall, is it something positive thing? Fall can be Putte because he is in an high elevation. Maybe can be his death. Can be now. He has to die in Putte anyway. Anyhow, he has to die. So he is high in a high place. When he dies, Putte, he has to somehow fall onto the ground or into the sea. He has to fall. So that is the beauty of nature. When we talk about the old age, tell me the things that you see. Old age claps the crag with crooked hands. He. Why they have used he? Because to show personification, he means can be an old person. They should have used it because it's a bird. It's the eagle. They have used pute he. They have used personification here. Why they have used personification? They have used personification to show that this is about a person. So who is the person here? We can see the claps crack with crooked hands, holding crooked. You can see the old people's their hands put it, they are very crooked. That means they are deformity. Yeah? They are holding like this crack with crooked hands. Poor thing, right? It's going to happen to us also. Close to the sun in lonely lands. What do you mean close to the sun? Maybe they are full of experience. We regard them as mighty people because they have a lot of experience. And then lonely lands means they are deserted, Pute. They are all alone. Maybe their children have migrated. Maybe they don't have children. Children are not bothered about the parents. Who knows? Ring with the sure world he stands. That means with burden, he stands. What else to do? Because of old age. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. What do you mean, Pute? The wrinkled sea. Here, the wrinkles he again talks about the skin of the old person. Wrinkles. Now, when somebody has wrinkles on the face, on your neck, hands, and all, have you seen old people? After you become 60 years old, you get wrinkles. I get wrinkles. You get wrinkles. We all get wrinkles. Beneath him, cross means they are slow motion of moving. Old people, they cannot move, they move very slowly. Do they walk like us? Even I can't walk now because I'm getting old. You can walk. But the old people, they are wrinkled skin, poor thing, no? Wrinkled skin, though they are the sea, they are experienced people, Pute. But the wrinkle, they have wrinkles all over their body. And they crawl. The way they walk, Pute, very slow motion. And he watches from his mountain walls. From where is this, from where they are watching, looking at the people, maybe watching from mountain walls means they are inside they are inside houses, maybe they are inside parapet walls, because these old people are not allowed to go out from their houses. They are inside, maybe locked, because their children goes for work, keeping them in their houses. Please don't go anywhere, you all will go somewhere and you all will, harm yourselves. Be inside till we come. They are almost inside, Pute. They are inside maybe a room, maybe in a house, maybe inside a parapet wall. Old people. It will happen to us. And like a thunderbolt, it falls. Pute, a thunderbolt means a sudden thing happens. Suddenly it happens. Very quickly. Instantly it happens. He falls means here it shows how an old person, maybe this is the death of a person. That's why I told you in the second one, this is about old age and death. This is the only place where they talk about death, Pute. All the other places, crooked hands, wrinkles in crawling, they spoke about, what did they speak about? They spoke about old age, Pute. But this is the only sentence, the last sentence is very significant. They talk about death. They talk about death like a thunderbolt heaper. Ane, that is the destruction. That is the death of that innocent old person. So there is death. Now you know how to write it. If it is about nature, you know how to write. If it is about an old person, you know how to quote things. And if it is about the death, you know how to. Now the interesting part comes. What my interesting thing is about what? Symbol for power in authority men in the society. That is the most interesting thing. That's why in my what do you call presentation, the eagle, power, authoritative, dominant. Very interesting topic, children. I think, but what I feel is because this comes under nature, I think so far they have not put a so far in the O level papers for the second paper. For the first paper, context questions they have asked about eagle. For that they asked about eagle. But for the second paper, Pute, they have not asked anything about the eagle, right? Sometimes for 2021 paper, they might ask a question from eagle. So sometimes I feel because it's under nature, Nepute, I feel that they will ask something to do with nature. So you have to get ready about glorification of nature and power of nature. What about my other question about a symbol for power and authority person? There is an about now in this poem, children, the nicest thing is they are talking about an authority person. Now you will wonder why on earth this Lord Tennyson is writing about, he has to write about nature. Why is he writing about authority people? As I told you, Pute, earlier, he belongs, he belongs to the Victorian era during Queen Victoria's time. At that time, Pute, industrialization, they introduced this industrialization. During this time, the commoner was, they were not considered, they were just neglected. So this commoner had, the common people had social issues and they went against religion, they were oppressed, they were suppressed, they had lot of issues in the society. So Alfred Lord Tennyson saw this as a problem. So what he did was, Pute, he took the eagle as a powerful authority person. Maybe I feel that he's hinting the royal people, the elite people, the powerful people, the upper class people, the middle class people, because the lower class, the working class was neglected. So by taking the eagle's traits, the characteristics of an eagle, the characteristics of an eagle, he is hinting a person here. That's why they talk about the powerful, the power, authority, dominant thing. Now, shall we talk about it? From the first line, we'll talk. He claps the crag with crooked hands. Who is this he now? He can be the king. He can be the politician, Pute. He can be the powerful people. Can be thugs. Can be murderers. Can be drug dealers. Lot of people are there. Even I'm scared to talk about it. Okay, we call them as powerful people. If there is power, Pute, there is corruption, right? We cannot argue about it. There is corruption. If you have power, corruption is there. So here he claps the crag means he's holding the position, Pute. Claps. The way we call all the kings, politicians, all the authority people as dominant people as authority people. I'll take one word. Otherwise, I'm taking my time. authoritative people holding the crack with crooked hands. What do you mean crooked hands with the authoritative people? Their experience or their hands are corrupted. Huh? Their hands are covered with blood, unwanted deeds. They have done unwanted things in life. Crooked hands. No, otherwise they are not. They don't have any deformity. Are old persons lage deformity ka nahi pute. Hands are not good. Like in Fairway to Barn Stack Country, my bloody hands and I. It's like that. Crooked hands, holding positions. They never give up positions in Pute. Man, they never give up position. They hold the position. Close to the sun in lonely lands. What do you mean, Pute? Close to the sun in lonely land. Sun is a powerful another person. They are with other powerful people, so they can do any corrupted things. They can do anything, any bad thing, because they are with the other powerful people. Who? With the close to the sun. They are with the sun. They are getting closer with the sun, so they can do other bad things. They are covered in lonely lands. What do you mean in lonely lands, Pute? Authority people? They don't mingle with the commoner. They don't mingle with the commoner. What do they do? If they are with the commoner, with the working class, they have to help them. And they are with the powerful other people. So they can do all sort of corrupted things together. Ring with the sure word he stands. Like a king he stands with authority power. We have seen this plenty of things on TV, how they walk. You see their walks and all. When they go to the jail, even they go like kings, as if they have done a good thing and they go to jail, laughing, waving like that. So I don't know. It's corruption, Pute. We are in a world like that. What to do? Ring with the shovel he stands. He is so powerful because he's close to the sun, Pute. Okay. And with the other one is that is the first stanza. We go to the second stanza. The wrinkles see beneath him cross. Now he is in a higher position. Pute, these powerful people does not mingle with the lower people. Mingle වෙනවා කියන්නේ අපි වගේ working class අයත් එක්ක ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ එකතු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. During, right? They don't mingle. And they said, wrinkles see beneath him cross. Now, because he is in a high elevation, like the eagle, high elevation, in a high rank, huh? Loku putuaka usastanaka, high rank, he's watching. How is he see the common people? Like the wrinkles see him cross. අර අපි දන ගහකට ගිහින් වඳින්නේ to get something done. It's like that. They see us like the wrinkles see, and they see us, the common people, the commoner cross. Now, this is during the Victorian period, children. Remember that. It applies to now also, to the society, today's society also, right? So Alfred Lord Tennyson saw this long time ago, right? He saw this long time ago in 18th century. He saw this, right? So, uh, right, but still it applies. So he saw the common people like begging, like beggars, like having nothing. Uh, uh, they don't have any comforts. So they are nicely watching from high places. And they see us like crawling for surviving. We are crawling, Pute. How do we crawl? We have to survive. We survive in the society. We need to survive because we crawl. Crawl means our space, the way we move in the society, how poor people lives, Buddha. In a slow motion, not like the hierarchy people. This is about the hierarchy people, right? And he watches from his mountain walls. What do you mean? He watches from his mountain walls. Here, Pute, the mountain walls becomes a metaphor. What is a metaphor, Pute? A metaphor becomes a direct comparison. Here, the mountain walls is like a palace, a castle. So, Pute, these hierarchy people, the powerful, authority, dominant kings, queens, politicians, they all live in a palace, a palace, in a castle. They are covered with these walls, right? Rampart walls and all. They are covered in that. So they are very safe. And like a thunderbolt, he falls. We can take two things, one as a positive thing, because fall is not a good thing, ne, the Buddha. We can take it as a negative. What is the positive side of that? not for us. Positive side for the authority people is like a thunderbolt. He falls means like a thunderbolt. It is not a good sign for us, for the common people. What he does is they impose laws and lot of conditions, and he falls means like imposing laws on us like a thunderbolt. And again we have to crawl uh, like yeah, I mean helpless people like a thunderbolt he falls. Or that is the positive side. And like a thunderbolt putte, we can see it as a simile. Now if we take the negative side of it, though he is a hierarchy person, though he is in a higher position putte, though he is in a higher position, that can be his disaster, the destruction, the disaster of him. He can die at any moment. Maybe he dies, he falls, though he is from a palace. Huh? Though people, didn't the people get corona? High people, I mean hierarchy people, powerful people, didn't they get corona and then didn't they die? Like that, Putte. Even though so how high you are, when time comes, death is there for you. You have to die, though you are so high with close to the sun, and we are like the sea. Anybody has to die. When time comes, you have to die. So, Putte, I hope you understood the lesson. I hope you understood the lesson, children. So, I will be meeting you with another video once again. So, till then, children, goodbye. I hope you understood the lesson today, the eagle. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching iTVLK. Innovate, inform, impact.